to the Fighting Couch Potatoes podcast. We are now on Spotify. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming by. Today, we are talking about Dragon Ball Z movie villains. I am joined today by Liquid Gold Steve, as always.
Turles was the best.
And Kadawfi Crush.
Janemba was the best.
No, the fusion was the best.
Y'all missing out on the legendary Super Saiyan. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Now you know, Janemba will wax his fucking ass. Stop playing.
Well.
Right. Anyway, he is all the evil of the universe. Any fucking way. We'll get to that.
He is.
So what our plan
Stardust
today
killed.
is, goddamn Steve, talking over motherfuckers. Today,
No.
you host the episode.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, we're going to go down the list of all the villains. We're not ranking or anything. We have our personal opinions. This is by no means sitting here, S tier, A tier, shit, stuff like that. That's not what we're doing here today. We're just, it's more of analysis of every single villain. We will be leaving out some trash. You know, there's
who we leaving out?
I don't know. I don't know his name. All I know is he wasn't. Was it him? There was only 2 movies featuring this villain. Nothing more.
He has like a swamp monster or something.
It's like a clone, like a biological clone. I don't know. I don't remember his name.
I know every time I look for the movies, it goes like from like movie 1 to 10 and then 12 to 13. Like,
Right?
It's just, whoa, what happened there?
But anyway, so our list starts off with the earliest villain in Dragon Ball Z, the movies, with Garlic Jr.
A canon villain.
He is a canon villain. He's kind of canon later on after they get back from Namek.
He still reminds me
Which it doesn't make sense because the whole movie was Gohan getting kidnapped, not by Raditz. But then later on, Garlic Jr. showed up like he was the one that kidnapped Gohan in the first place.
What I don't understand is how did Krillin act surprised when Goku told him about his son when he saw him in Dead Zone? Because Dead Zone was like right before Raditz showed up.
It was when Raditz showed up. Raditz went to Kami House and no one was there.
Hey, what happened?
So, skipping over the story, Garlic Jr. was the son of someone who was trying to be the guardian of Earth. But
Yeah.
Kami said no.
Well, Kami didn't say no. The old guardian
The old
said,
Kami whatever.
The old guardian said, nah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Garlic Jr. reminds me of Emperor Pilaf until he gets swole, and then
Yeah.
He does remind me of Emperor Pilaf.
I always thought it was Pilaf.
I thought it was too.
Like, what is Pilaf doing here? This garbage at? Whoa.
Hey, but when he gets
And then he gets
swole,
immortal. He's the only villain, I think the only villain to actually achieve immortality.
I believe so.
Which kind of backfires on his ass.
Super bad.
which is a dub for him for being immortal. But yes, going into his own move, the Dead Zone. Yeah,
I mean, Garlic Jr., like the Dead Zone, the move itself is kind of whack. Like, 'cause how do you turn that shit off? Like, once you turn that on, you just
Hope for the best.
Well, it looked
what are
like
you gonna rule? Cinders? Like, what is your problem, idiot?
well, it looked like when it turns off is when the caster goes into the Dead Zone. It kind of reminds me, honestly, and I might be messing up the name, the Superman place.
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
Probably
That reminds me of
Kinda,
Probably is
sorta.
slightly like that.
I think that's how it works.
It's like Zod broke out of the Phantom Zone, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
Oh, hell
Garlic
yeah.
Jr.
Everyone. See, why is it that they hype up some things like the Dead Zone or the Phantom Zone? It's like, some inescapable prison. But it's like 5 times a week. It's like, Zod's out. Garlic Jr.'s back. It's 1,000 years that this thing opened up, but it just happened to be 5 years after you did it to him originally.
Hey, well, he went back.
He did go back. And he
Garlic
got
Jr.
stuck there.
Garlic Jr. went back he was so small he looked like the picture of the baby inside the womb. Like when like 2 months in, that's what he looked like.
So, what do you guys think as a villain? Did he
I
pose
think he was basic.
Did he pose a threat? Okay. He posed a threat to Goku and the Z Fighters at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was an actual threat compared to the other part of Z?
When you first see him, it's like, nah, not for real. But I mean, like the fact that he had henchmen that allowed Piccolo to get mega nasty,
I
that
forgot how like brutal Piccolo can be until you watch the movies.
yeah, Piccolo vicious.
Piccolo's a bad guy.
Piccolo ain't got no problems killing nobody, and that was back before they was disintegrating cats.
What you mean? Kakarot killed more people in the movies than he killed in the show. He killed
Piccolo
people.
was frying the Spice Girls.
But Piccolo killed more people than Kakarot,
Yeah, but
Like-
you never see Goku kill people.
except for in the movies. But in the movies, Piccolo still killed more.
All right.
Piccolo still killed more.
Hey, we're talking about villains.
But
We're not
as
talking.
far as
Piccolo was a villain.
As far as Garlic being like intimidating or something like that, not when he first shows up, but then when he turns into Swelly Swell. I mean, shit, bro. Like, wow.
That's a move Roshi uses.
It's like, holy shit.
It's-
How y'all gonna beat him now?
Garlic Jr. turning swole is like when Piccolo takes off the armored or weighted clothes.
Nah, because that's just like
He takes off the turban.
that's just like Piccolo going, all right, let me get serious. When Garlic Jr. goes swole, that's just like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm sick of this shit. I'm done. I'm throwing a temper tantrum. Dead zone time, motherfuckers.
Dead zone. Dead zone, motherfuckers.
Pull the trump card. That's it.
You're falling into my trap card. Like that's what that is for him.
All right, so general consensus kind of basic.
Just garbage.
Garbage. Steve?
For me, first villain, a good starting point, but nothing compared to the other kind of Z villains in the movies. Like Garlic Jr. to Brawly is like a child newborn.
Oh,
to
no
a
shit.
grown-ass
Well, yeah,
man.
obviously.
I mean, if you compare him to like Brawly, I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you can compare him to Lord Slug, and that's still kind of damn ridiculous.
Compare him to
but,
Raditz.
but if you
compare him to the shotgun farmer.
if you compare him to what he's doing in that movie, to Goku without Kaioken, to Piccolo when all he can do is remove the weights,
Well, Goku removed weights too.
and
Yamcha.
and go on. Yamcha wasn't there.
I know. He
But,
should have been.
and go on. Like those four, like for that moment, I mean, yeah, he intimidating as hell, but he still like didn't show up like he was supposed to, in my opinion.
Opinion?
Opinion? Trash and ready for the next villain.
The epitome of trash and dash, Garlic Jr.
Garlic Jr. trash and got sent back to the dead zone.
He dashed off, didn't he?
Yeah, I
Came
think
back.
we all agree he's trash. All right, moving on. Dr. Wheelo from the World's Strongest.
Talking about Dr. Wily
Why? That's what I thought when I heard it too.
from Mega Man.
No,
He's just a
No.
brain in a fucking fishbowl.
I mean, Wily ain't much different.
I never played Mega Man, so.
I've
for
never
real?
gotten far enough into Mega Man. I haven't had the strength
All
to
right,
finish.
but Dr. Wheelo was a
He was a scientist.
He was a
He was
scientist.
just like Dr. Giro, just like Dr. Briefs. He was one of those scientists in the world. And he was caught in an avalanche and got stuck somewhere and had to he was dying, but he had to enhance his body through technology, which, was very much a common theme among Dragon Ball for the next fucking few years because of that.
Oh yeah. I mean, like Wheelo was after Master Roshi for being the world's strongest. Wheelo had been buried for so damn long, he hadn't heard about no Piccolo. Hadn't heard about no Goku. Those are foreign concepts to him. So when he comes back out in his cake, because what was it? His assistant got the Dragon Balls and like essentially wished to uncover his lair.
Mm-hmm.
It was what was the assistant name?
Well, no, his I think they, because Gohan and Oolong were out there trying to get the Dragon Balls in that,
Mm-hmm.
and they come across
they don't come. Well, yes, they
'cause,
kind of come across.
Wheelo's henchman, his boy. He makes the wish. He steals the balls.
Yeah, the
Right.
other doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm fucking up.
His assistant.
What's his name, Matt?
Oh damn, Dr. Cochin.
Nah, his assistant.
Dr. Cochin,
His assistant.
his assistant.
Dr.
He's
Dr.
the
Garbage.
no-name guy who ends up dying
Hey,
anyway.
He
So-
makes really good side henchmen.
Yeah, and he also had that really cool staff where you could shoot the fucking Kamehameha out of it.
Mm.
That was,
That was just an energy
Well,
blast.
then
that wasn't
he
no
also had
Kamehameha.
his
like,
bio
for
warriors.
a fucking staff. That was a Kamehameha blast. I mean, just open up a staff and press a button. Look here, Frieza's henchmen with the little pistol fucking guns. Blast ain't nowhere near as big as that.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why Frieza gave them guns. Like maybe he wanted them to be weaker than him, but like
Probably because they like couldn't maintain using energy as well. but they were still
it's more
soldiers.
sufficient.
You know, I mean,
That's like Gamma 1 and 2. They don't use energy blasts. They use guns.
We're on Dr. Wheelo and the World's Strongest. I do like how they let Roshi look.
They let him cook for a while.
They let him cook for a while.
Like, just a little bit.
But
he got beat up by the Bio Warriors, though.
Because, like...
Yeah, it was 3-on-1.
You can kind
advanced levels of jumping.
What I saw in this, watching all the movies over again and seeing every enemy, you see what the growth is. And that in the World's Strongest, Roshi could still hang, but he was on the edge of not hanging no more. Yeah. On the edge of choking himself out.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he was just barely able to keep up. Like, it's impressive that they still thought he was still the man like that, as old as he was at that time, you know?
I wouldn't fuck with him.
I mean, Roshi still is the man. You know how powerful that evil containment wave is?
You would have fought him?
I said I would not have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm about to
real
say.
Quick, Kadawfi, I want you to clear up something for me real quick. Me and Steve were having an argument earlier today. Is the evil containment wave only effective against evil parties?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I don't believe so.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, like, I mean, I
think he could just...
Because, like,
no,
didn't Roshi get put in his own shit in Super?
No, it was Vegeta that got caught into it.
Well, Vegeta got fucking evil.
but
not Super
okay. Vegeta. Because there was...
not
all Vegetas.
Yeah. Because there was a bad... there was a... Like, the demon laser in Ball, and that was if you had any evil in your heart, you die from it.
Right.
And then they had the evil containment wave, and that was to contain anything that was evil.
Why didn't Roshi use it?
I don't think it gets it just evil though. I think you can use it.
Why is it called the evil containment wave?
Because it was made against Piccolo.
It's made for motherfuckers who just too good for you.
That is true.
It's like, and you got it. I mean, all right, look here. Even if you were the asshole in your own story, right? And you had to get rid of the hero, you'd call him the villain in a heartbeat.
All right, so we're on Dr. Wheelo, and what did he bring as a supervillain to the Z Fighters?
Surprisingly, his robotics. Because when we actually got to fuck with Dr. Wheelo, he kind of beat the shit out of them for a while.
Yeah,
like he was kind of working their
when he had the body, like when he had the okay.
Like when he finally brought out like the full Ed 209, he fucking went stupid for a while.
He had enough energy to face Goku, but I think when Goku started using, because I think that's when he had Kaioken.
Yeah, he used the Spirit Bomb on Wheelo, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Because Wheelo was like, I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna blow up the whole planet, and then he charged up his planet destroying bomb, and Goku was like, hey, I need some good spirits from people. Bring them in. Thank you. And threw that shit up, blew him up. Because I think he threw him into space. Like that's the last time we see Dr. Wheelo.
He blew him up.
He throws everybody into space. But no, I think he straight blew his ass up, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, he did blow him up.
He threw the Spirit Bomb down at him, didn't he?
No, it was Wheelo threw it down.
Yeah, because he was on the planet and
Goku was throwing it up.
Yep. True life.
He was throwing the alley.
All right. So, opinion? Crush?
I think Wheelo was actually a pretty cool villain. When I was younger, I hated watching the fucking World's Strongest because it wasn't Triamite. But as I got older, it's a pretty good movie, actually. It tells a good little story, keeps Roshi relevant for a little while, and it also helps out with like your bond with like the Kame family. You know, you get the three together with the Kamehameha and blah blah blah. So I think overall, good movie, good villain.
Steve?
Dr. Wheelo, I would give him a 5 out of 10 for power and a 9 out of 10 for story. Because he had a great story, thinking he was a because he's
early Dr. Gero.
He was an actual, like, he brought things in that weren't technically good. Like, he couldn't bring his work to like the public eye. He would be more like a government working private eye, like be under wraps and everything, because some of his shit was like taking the brain out of a person and making them holy and
Top
all
secret is the word you're looking for.
That's what I'm
there
thinking.
We are.
But yeah, Dr. Wheelo, like I said, power 5 out of 10. But story wise, 9 out of 10. I would give him he was better than Garlic Jr. I would honestly say.
Yeah, absolutely. Garlic had petty reasons to exist.
Personally, I think Wheelo paved the way for some things. Like, mind you, we already had the Red Ribbon Army. We already had androids and stuff like that. But we never had them as like a huge enemy, of a world-destroying threat.
Right.
And this kind of introduced the fact that you don't have to be an alien to be stronger than a planet destroyer nowadays. People can be on the Earth and still be able to blow it up. Besides Goku, so for that alone, pretty good. Other than that, kind of trash. I'll be honest. I feel like there was a bunch of movies that Dragon Ball did where they used a spirit bomb just to include the audience. Because tell me you weren't in the crowd putting up your hand trying to give Goku energy.
I certainly was not.
You were not?
Never.
I did. I'll admit. I was rooting for the home team.
Only when
all my energy.
Only when Hercule asked for it.
You're right.
It's the only time I ever
the
did.
World champ.
Like, you're right. You're right, champ. Goku needs us. It's just like playing Blue's Clues, Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I don't want to help that guy. He's me.
I just want to say one thing. Fuck your Hercule Satan.
You want to try that again?
I just want to say one thing. Fuck Hercule Satan.
Yeah, Steve's wrong. Anyway, give that man his
trash.
He saved the universe twice.
I don't give a shit if he saved the universe.
He saved us from
17
Cell.
times.
He saved us from Boo.
Twice.
He literally saved us from Boo twice.
Trash.
All right. Moving on.
How you like my 45?
Right? He may be the world champ, but this ain't the Hercule Satan Power Hour. Y'all stop. Next, we're moving on to a low level Saiyan trash. We're talking about Turles. And I'm not talking shit about Turles. Turles is literally low class Saiyan trash.
No, he's not.
He is.
No,
he is a low level Saiyan.
He was saying that Goku was lower trash and he was an upper class.
Is a lower class Saiyan.
I thought he was higher class than
He
him.
was trying to explain the reason why they look so much alike is because they're both low class Saiyans.
So they just get molded into the same thing?
Nah, like
that's a low class haircut you got.
What he's trying to say is, right, is like, all right, check me out. In real life, right, in the poorer neighborhoods, there's usually like one guy going around tearing bitches up, right? Having all the babies. Probably like 7 guys, right?
So you're saying Bardock went around?
Bardock broke. Bardock lived in the ghetto of Planet Vegeta.
So he was sliding cheeks everywhere.
No, talking about.
So there's some pale ass white Saiyan that was that looked like Turles' mama.
No, Turles is cool as fuck for real. Like his whole thing with the Tree of Might, it was kind of cool seeing the they very much push that the environment is alive in those movies.
Right.
And with Tree of Might, you got to see that because the Tree of Might draws energy from the earth to bear fruit for whoever wants to use it. It's a power boost, right? Which it takes the entirety of the Earth's or that planet's resources to bear the fruit, right? And you got to see the ecosystem react to that. The plants and animals started dying on screen.
Oceans drying up and shit, yeah. Icarus wasn't very happy.
Icarus was not very happy.
That's when we first got him too, wasn't it?
Tree of Might?
Yes.
Think so.
Yes, it was because
he didn't even show up in the show yet.
The beginning of the movie was when the forest burnt down
because of Turles dropping not the seed of the Tree of Might, but the probes that they dropped.
It must have. Mm-hmm. But I remember him saving. They saved the forest, and because they call in the dragon Shenron, and that's when Turles shows up and puts the seed into the ground.
Right.
He fucks the ground.
He does not fuck the ground. He does fuck the plant.
One of his people did. One of his people did, but it wasn't him.
All right. So yes, Turles gets on the planet, waits till the tree grows. I think it was just a punk ass power boost, honestly. I didn't think that was a lot of you're eating an apple, you're getting like a power boost, because it didn't really show how much of a power boost. Because Goku was getting done up by Turles, but then Goku took the energy from the earth, from the Tree of Might, and then beat Turles with it. So was it more that he was taking the energy from the earth, or was Turles not able to get the full boost from eating the fruit? Fruit.
He ate the fruit of the Tree of Might, right?
He ate like 3.
And the first one gave him like a mega boost. Because like at first, he was kind of working Goku and friends when he first showed up. But like Goku was able to box with him for a little bit. But after he ate that fruit of the Tree of Might, Turles did probably the best move that I've ever seen anybody ever do to Goku. When he had his ass laying on that tree stump and was just blasting him in the back. Slow that scene down and watch all the weird animations go. It turns to a Muppet for a while. Like his mouth is bigger than his head for a while because he's screaming so much. Turles was whooping that ass. I was a big fan of Turles eating the Tree of Might.
Eating the Tree of Might, or you mean the fruit?
No,
of the
he
tree?
ate the whole tree. And,
whole tree.
He ate the.
He
fruit
went through the whole. He went through the whole tree.
Now, when he started eating more of the fruit, I don't know what that was about. I don't know why he felt he needed to continue eating the fruit. Like maybe it's a boost you can't hold. I don't, and maybe something to do with his Saiyan genetics as well. Like once you get up to a certain Zenkai with the Tree of Might, you'll continue to be powered up. I'm not really sure like how that works for him.
He was getting XP boost the whole time. That's what it was. Because
like,
he was trying to level up.
He seemed to be on par with Vegeta when Vegeta showed up originally. Like when Turles showed up, I mean, beating the shit out of Kaioken. He beat the hell out of Monkey Gohan, just like Vegeta. Just like Vegeta.
Monkey Gohan.
Oh, and he didn't. No, yeah, he did because
he was about to kill that fucking monkey until Goku cut his tail off. and then the monkey didn't land on. Like Turles didn't actually get beat the fuck up. Like you know how Vegeta was injured at the end of his fight.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Vegeta had a good fight. Turles didn't actually get beat. If it wasn't for the Spirit Bomb, I think we'd be watching the Turles show.
He looks like Goku,
He
so
does.
He's just a little more pale. But yeah, thoughts, concerns, trash ass people.
Turles was awesome.
Turles, awesome. I think he should have showed up a little bit more. I think he should have got a second movie. The Tree of Might idea was like cool at first, but like you were saying, when he started eating more of the fruit, it's like, oh, so this is kind of wasteful.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it was. Cause you saw when the first time he ate it, it boosted the shit out of him.
He
right.
like, was
but like
ready
after
and
that,
willing.
it was just kind of like, why are you still? He was stuffing his
Are
face
you
with
hungry?
Him too.
Like he was hungry.
He
That's
was
what it was.
motherfucking like he was Goku in that damn tree.
Hey, he's got the Saiyan hunger, so what the Saiyan hunger is gonna be like.
Yeah. I suppose.
But Turles was cool, but the coolest part was his fucking squad, the Turles Crusher Corp.
Yeah.
That shit sounds so fucking cool. I heard that and I was like, man, I'm write that shit down. That's a
cool ass team. It's a cool team name. Like I want to know more about some of the team members he had, like the robot guy.
Until he died.
Yeah, man. What was that about? And I mean, I think it was really cool to see the rest of the Z Squad show up.
Yeah, because they were finally used.
Yeah, they finally did something. Like Tien was out here doing work. Chaozu was trying. Krillin.
Chaozu was blowing himself up.
And the Cha had one of the coolest sequences when he was throwing that spirit ball at the robot man and dude was dodging his ass. I was like, pretty damn cool. Like, I mean, Cha got his ass cut, but
And then at the very end, the last 5 minutes of every Dragon Ball Z movie, Goku has a moment and fucking wins.
Now, when he hit Turles with that spirit bomb, I don't think anybody's been hit with a spirit bomb quite like that. Because, like, he didn't just, like, he hit him the same way he hit Vegeta. Hit him and he went flying in the air, yeah. But, like, he went into the Tree of Might and hit every fucking inch of that thing
was like,
on the way up. It was like if that didn't kill you.
Goku was saying, take that shit with you.
Yeah, that flight in space
take
kill
this
you.
motherfucker.
That was pretty cool, too. Like, you got some really good visuals out of that movie. I was a super big fan of Tree of Might.
It was just crazy seeing him go through the whole tree. Like, he fucking, like, take this shit with you, bitch. Lord Slug.
You gonna let me post?
Yeah, I know. You gonna let him say his thing?
Calm down. Pump the brakes.
Evil Piccolo.
Evil Piccolo. You mean King Piccolo? Anyway. All right. So, moving on. Next on our list is Lord Slug. Lord Slug is a super Namekian, meaning that he is one of those Namekians who have fused with another one. That's how that works in that culture, isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
I thought that's how it worked.
Same with like the original whatever the fuck Kami was, whatever that guy's name was.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a super Namekian. He was just one of them real strong ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like Lord Slug just happened to be probably from the Dragon Clan of Namix, one of the ones that's just like unlimitedly strong. Again, kind of like the legendary Super Saiyan. Like one of them has to show up once in a while.
Yeah, he's from the Demon Clan, is what he's from.
Is Slug from the Demon Clan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right. Because Slug can't make his own Dragon Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Only the Dragon Clan can. So there we go.
But he did come to Earth to find the Dragon Balls to ask for eternal life.
Right.
Because he was old as fuck, like Demon King Piccolo.
He didn't get eternal life. He just went back to being younger.
He wanted eternal life. No, he didn't want eternal life. He wished for eternal youth. He fucked his wish up because he wanted to be immortal, but he fucked the wish up just like King Piccolo did.
Oh, he did a good job. Because I mean, he thought he was undefeatable at his younger stage.
He kind of was. He changed from just being powerful to being like deadly and powerful.
Yeah. Like I slept on Lord Slug half the movies. I was like, man, you ain't real though.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
And then Goku busts out Kaioken and everything was running through that. This is kind of when we got our first taste of the legend. The legend of the Super Saiyan.
Very first and he didn't do much with it.
It wasn't Super Saiyan.
Right, he tried.
It was there, but that wasn't Super Saiyan.
King Kai was like, he just went Super
Saiyan. And it's like, no, he didn't. King Kai, quit lying. He went Kaioken yellow.
If you think
that's how that looked.
Yeah,
that's what, because obviously they were figuring out what Super Saiyan was going to look like.
Right.
Because these movies, and I was
mind you, the transformation scene for the false Super Saiyan was dope as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like Goku's down and out, Lord Slug's about to deliver the final blow, and he just catches his fist, and then rock music starts. Oh yeah, and his music starts to play, and it's like, oh, here's the ending.
Did y'all watch any of these in sub?
No.
Oh man, it's stupidly. I don't remember specifically from Lord Slug's movie, but in certain movies, there's like a lot of different dialogue.
There is.
Like it not completely, but it changes a lot of what the characters seem and sound like. Like when we get to number 8, I'll talk more about that.
Okay.
But
I get what you mean because some things have different dialogue or dialect for English to dub or Japanese.
Lord Slug was one of those movies that you started to realize that movies tell on themselves. Like,
what do you mean?
The whole point of a movie is to basically tease what's upcoming.
Yeah.
You know,
for the Dragon
if you don't notice. Because like so far the movies kind of go on a different timeline. Like at the very beginning of Dragon Ball, Goku didn't die, or Goku came back earlier from King Kai's planet or something like that. And that's how those movies kind of fit in.
Right now, Lord Slug in the movie, in the show, Frieza's showing off his transformations to the Z Fighters.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now is...
It's taking Krillin for a ride and all that. You're right.
Goku,
ride him, cowboy.
So Goku hasn't turned Super Saiyan yet, but he's very close to it.
Right. Like he's probably...
He's sleeping in that...
He's probably in that Saiyan healing pod.
Yeah, that's what he's doing
now.
Which is, okay, some movies are close to being canon. And then there's a movie I can't remember, but when we start getting to the actual villain, I'll remember. There's a movie where it just goes off of the canon or close to being canon.
Yeah.
There's times where yes, but that earlier on, no. They couldn't have been canon, but later on, as you get into it,
What do you mean?
I could see it.
What do you mean? Hold on. I'll explain what I'm talking about. Dead Zone is an actual canon movie.
Dead Zone was not canon, but then was canon. That's what's weird about that one.
Y'all do know, like, the Garlic Jr. saga is filler, right?
I know that.
Like, that shit.
I know that.
Like, that's just
I about skipped it.
Like, that's not canon.
Then you got The World's Strongest, which is after Goku fought the Saiyans and Vegeta is probably floating in space. That's when Dr. Wheelo happened. And then World's Strongest is right before they go to Namek. And then...
Yeah, but if Vegeta's sitting there floating in space,
yeah,
that's when Gohan Gohan was sitting there in the hospital with Goku. So where does that fit in?
But Tree of Might is when Vegeta gets to Namek, then they're about to go to there.
Nah, you're off. You're off. So it's like all right. So what was the first one again? Garlic Jr. Dead Zone. All right. So that one's the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Dr. Wheelo's episode is more like when Goku was still training with King Kai in that part, like before he even met Vegeta. Turles, Tree of Might, that's supposed to replace the Vegeta fight in general. That's supposed to replace that fight for that timeline. And then where are we at? Lord Slug. Slug. Again, you were right about that. Vegeta, Goku would be... Krillin would be taking his ride on Frieza's horns.
Yeehaw! Ride him! Yeehaw!
He did do that shit to him.
Anywho,
but yeah, Lord Slug, when he got tall as fuck, like Piccolo sometimes pulls out, I thought the Z Fighter was about to die. And then Piccolo and Goku just somehow like slap hands. And like the power of growing big goes to Goku for some reason. Not really. It's like more like
what gets me is like the power of whistling got Lord Slug. Piccolo straight up ripped his ears off. Because it showed at the very beginning, which it kind of told on itself, that Nameks have a acute sense of sound.
Good foreshadowing.
Which is a really good thing of foreshadowing.
Stupid way to end a villain.
No, it isn't. Because,
but good foreshadowing.
Hold on. If there's nothing else to beat them, sometimes you got to be a dirty player.
Oh, I wasn't worried about it being dirty. I just thought it was like it was stupid. Like, I just thought it was stupid. I actually still don't really like the Lord Slug movie. Like, I know there's good moments and parts to it, but I still just don't like that movie.
I don't like the ending. I do like the what's it called? The reveal that he's an actual Namek.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Y'all know that game I have, the Legend of the Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
So like that the Frieza's henchman, the purple dude with the spots on his head, there's like a bunch of them. That's supposed to be a slug, which that's what Lord Slug carried with him. Those purple dudes, slug. So like watching that movie after playing that game and learning what those things were called, I thought Lord Slug was going to be a giant one of those. So I just understand, like, I never was impressed with the Lord Slug movie. I was just never blah.
So they could have made it and they could have not made it, and you really
I wouldn't
didn't
give a fuck. I don't like that movie. For me, that movie's like a 3 out of 10.
All right. Steve, opinion?
Lord Slug, not the biggest villain of them all. Still good powers. Fake ass way to beat him, like I said before, and yeah, I'll agree with Kadawfi. Not really a villain that you really need to think about. Like, if you never watched that movie, you really didn't miss anything.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Maybe the fake Super Saiyan, but that's about it.
Super Saiyan.
I think and I mean Goku and Piccolo getting to work together again, versus like, oh shit, we gotta, but getting to work together, they want to this time. Versus like they have to when they fought Raditz. You know what I mean?
Or Garlic Jr.
All right.
Yeah, or Garlic Jr., yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as y'all with that. Like, Lord Slug's cool. You got to see Super Saiyan for the first time, but...
False Super Saiyan.
Thanks for correcting me, Steve. Anyway.
He might have gold energy around him, but he's not a Super Saiyan.
Them eyes were still brown,
His eyes were so... That was Kaioken yellow. That was gold Kaioken.
That was Kaioken 100.
Right? No.
Oh my god.
All right, moving on.
I gotta ask both you guys a question. When Goku was dead, do you think he could do Kaioken 100 and like didn't feel nothing?
He felt it, but I mean, like, his body recovers differently in the other world.
Not like you could die again.
I want to know what Kaioken 100 would have been like.
That's how he figured out.
You don't remember what King Kai told Yamcha? Boo will kill you again.
Majin Buu will kill you again.
And when you die up here, you're gone for real.
Yeah.
You gone for real.
Vegeta didn't really care.
Vegeta didn't have his body. Continuing on, we're going to talk about someone who's just way cooler. We're talking about cooler. I got a little personal story. I have a personal story about this. So, Crush showed me Dragon Ball Z and I started watching, and Frieza showed up, and we were watching the show by ourselves and the movies together. And he had told me over and over again that people's names in Dragon Ball were just named after bullshit, right? Like Kakarot, carrot, Raditz, radish, Vegeta, vegetable, you know. And I never understood Frieza's name until I watched Cooler, because we had seen Frieza come back with his father, King Cold, and then we saw Cooler, and I swear that's when it clicked for me. I was super pissed. I called him. I was like, yo, wait, hold on. So we have Frieza, his father, King Cold, and Cooler.
That's right.
You know how fucking mad I was?
His girlfriend's name is Ice Bucket.
Right? No, they keep it in the family, apparently. Anyway.
That's what them...
what's Frieza's species name? Frost? So we're talking about Cooler. Cooler is just cooler. He's cooler than Frieza. He's the coolest villain to date at that point. And like not only did he show up in final form Frieza mode, he said, oh, by the way, I figured something out beyond this. I don't know if you know, but I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that I'm about to beat the hell out of you. And that's exactly what he did. And what's really funny about these movies from here on is like, why doesn't Goku just go Super Saiyan sooner? Because like this is Goku after he got back from Namek. He can go Super Saiyan. He showed Trunks that he knows how to go Super Saiyan, but he just waits.
Not the same Goku.
It's not
the same Goku. I can accept that argument.
Like this Goku apparently came home immediately after Frieza.
Namek.
Yeah, after Namek and Free. He somehow immediately was able to. He didn't end up in the Yardrat system. This particular Goku.
So what you're saying is he doesn't...
Like, this Goku actually still might even be before Trunks shows up. You know what I mean? Like, if that scenario still happens, this Goku may still be before that.
That's Trunks' Goku. That's future Goku.
Nah.
That's heart disease Goku.
No. Movie Goku is nastier than TV Goku. Much nastier. Everybody's nastier in the movies.
Except for Yamcha.
He's always trash.
Yamcha was really nice in Trio Mike.
All right. For me, Cooler just reminded me of like the older brother that got mad. The bully beat up his brother.
Cooler is.
He found out that his dad died and his brother died, and he was like, "All right, it's time to beat some ass." And he found out who he was like. Who's the Saiyan monkey that killed my brother and father?
See, hold on now. When you put the Cooler voice on, now you know Cooler don't sound like no damn Genkai. Stop playing.
He does sound.
You know he got a whole deep voice about it. He show up with just ego, not ego and a glass of wine in his little chair. Nah, that ain't how Cooler showed up. Cooler ain't show up in no damn chair. That motherfucker
Cooler did show up in a chair.
He showed up with the trunk open, ready and pop, with the guns already out. Cooler was here. He was here to bust that ass. Now, as far as what you say, as far as like he just showed up to be on some petty shit, I think you're right.
He did show up on petty shit.
I think you're right. Because Cooler didn't seem to like Frieza that much anyway. And then he let Goku go. When he saw the baby moving on from after Frieza blew up the damn planet Vegeta, he let that shit slide.
But because he was mad at Frieza because he said, that's Frieza's problem. It's not my problem. Right. That's a low class saying anyway.
About it. But then he heard Frieza got mopped up and was like, bruh, who could mop up Frieza's garbage ass besides me? Let me go check this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And well,
got mopped up
and
turned into Shredder and then got mopped up.
He get mopped. See, here's another one. Just like Turles, Cooler didn't get mopped. Now, mind you, he got beat up more than Turles did because Goku did kind of put the work on his ass after he killed the birdie.
And they got
you beat up Goku, no problem. You kill a bird, we got some issues.
We got some problems here, cuz.
And then he threw him into the sun so he could do the goofy ass face just like his brother did.
Yeah, shit like it hurt it.
That was the best part of the movie when he realizes who Goku was. He was like, that baby pod, that was him. I could have stopped this.
It's like, fuck.
Right?
That's what I get from being petty.
I did want to say this, MattMatt. The reason Goku doesn't go all out, he can go all out because there's sometimes where he completely just goes Super Saiyan 3. I think it's more that Goku likes the fight. He can take the punishment, so he's going to see how much he needs to put into it. So like that's why he goes full power on his base form, and then he goes Kaioken, and then he's like, oh shit, I guess I'm going to have to go Super Saiyan for it.
Goku's sitting here risking everybody's life for a good fight. What a dickhead.
I disagree. Specifically in this movie, I don't think Goku knew how to
harness it,
turn Super Saiyan on at will yet. Like, you saw he struggled to do it, and he kind of had to have the same emotional situation cause it again. It wasn't Krillin this time, but it was
a bird.
So I think that's kind of
that he brought back to life after he went Super Saiyan.
Right, he did Super Saiyan energy. I think that's what triggered it versus him just being an ultimate badass from the giddy up and just not doing it. I think he had to have that one triggered again because I mean it's a movie. Last time we saw it, it was almost there, and this time we kind of like Super Saiyan 3 when it showed up in the movie. You had to have that nice moment, versus what we got in the anime. You got a cool moment, but you didn't get like the screen flashing and fucking the dimensions changing and shit. Mm-hmm. Like Goku was. Never mind. We'll get there.
All right. So final opinions. Cooler 1.
The truth.
The truth. Yeah. Steve.
A Shredder ripoff. But an angry brother that was mad the bully beat up his little brother.
He'll beat the shit out of Shredder.
I think Cooler walked so that Broly could run and hand out clotheslines.
Cooler did have a nice clothesline now. Holy shit.
Hold on. There was one specific move that Cooler did that got me the most was like he came down with the knee.
Ooh.
The knee?
Yeah.
The shit out of nowhere. He turned into fucking Shredder and just
he had a lot of really cool ass cutting maneuvers he put on Goku's ass.
All right, so we're going to continue this right after our break.
Welcome to Kadawfi Crushes. Just saying. I don't know about y'all, but Goku Black is garbage. That and his Super Saiyan Rose. And the fact that he taught Trunks or allowed Trunks to have a spirit sword. So you telling me Kuwabara could have beat Goku Black? I don't like Goku Black because he's a generic turles. I could spend all day long roasting Goku Black, him and Zamasu. Here, let me fuse with myself. Oh, half of me is immortal and the other half isn't. Oh, I guess I gotta have, Zeno come finish everything for us. Like, how Goku Black gonna beat Trunks out of his timeline for the second time in his life, and then beat Goku and Vegeta out of Trunks' timeline, and then show up in their timeline popping shit with somebody else's body? Fuck Goku Black. This has been Just Saying with Kadawfi Crush.
Welcome back to the Fighting Couch Tales podcast. We're talking about Dragon Ball Z movie villains, and we left off on Frieza's older brother Cooler, and we are moving on to the next part of the movie saga, Frieza's older brother Cooler.
He came back for a second time.
He came back for a second time. His return. He
like seconds.
He's following the damn. Not only did Cooler just do Frieza's character Cooler, he did Mecha Frieza Cooler.
Oh yeah, because Mecha Frieza's garbage.
Mecha Frieza's garbage, but Metal Cooler?
Mm-hmm. I like how they built up Mecha Frieza back in the day. Like, they would build him stronger,
faster, better.
The $10 million quadrillion man.
Yeah.
And then like the next chance they got, they was like, man, fuck that. Let's make Cooler even more better.
Mm-hmm.
Even more
cooler. Yeah, this one was really good. This was one of the ones where Vegeta first showed up in the movies.
Yep.
Which was the whole. So each of the movies went like this: Gohan's getting beat up. Here comes Piccolo to save him. Goku gets beat up. Here comes Vegeta to save him.
Well, I mean, Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin were getting their asses clapped up. And then here comes Goku. And then he started getting worked. And then here comes Vegeta. And together they get worked until they can finally defeat Metal Cooler. And I mean, they had like one of these really cool tag team run through them, Captain Falcon punches, and just exploded Metal Cooler, had him in bits and pieces.
And then, and then we saw another one, and another one, and another one,
and then an army.
And if you thought one was enough, how about 1,000 coolers?
Metal coolers out there just running amok.
I love that scene particularly because like it's like Goku and Vegeta go back into Super Saiyan. And it's like, all right, Vegeta, we're going to do this. And they run at the fucking coolers. And in the next scene, they're just tied up.
What was cool about that, he was like, all right, you get the 500 on the left.
I'll get the 500 on the right.
Then they just stretched out like Joe Higashi.
There was a cool part. There was a cool part before they went back to Super Saiyan. They were both tired. They defeated the first cooler. Then they saw the one cooler on the ridge. And then they saw 1,000. And Goku said, he pretty much asked him, can you do some more, Vegeta? Can you fight some more? And what I thought in my mind, because like Saiyans have that much pride, it's like, if I'm breathing, I'm fucking fighting.
Damn right. Damn right.
There's no quit me until I die.
It was really cool seeing that was one of the movies where they had to figure out, besides, brute strength, to defeat the villain.
How else?
Like how they were basically
Metal Cooler kind of said it. He was like, if it was just a little bit more power, I probably wouldn't have been able to harness it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is like he was going to use them as batteries, and he's like, give me as much energy as you can. And he starts taking it. It's like, whoa, too much. And they're like, oh, you want energy? I'll give you energy.
We got plenty, cuz.
Like even after he retracted his like things to siphon the energy, they grabbed them. Shit was like, nah, man. We ain't fucking done yet. You want us some fucking energy?
Oh yeah, they charged him up.
They're not the dime store batteries. They're the Energizers and Duracells up in that bitch.
Right, like they weren't playing with them. Like especially when after they charged them up and shit started blowing up, and then like Cooler showed up for real, and you got to see like what the big Getty Star had done to Cooler, and it was like that was some scary looking shit. That was like on the same level as like Tetsuo and Akira. Like all the machine parts and shit all over the place. It was like, that was kind of weird. Like I was kind of happy that they got rid of him that time.
Does that mean, like I know the answer, but does that mean Magneto could take down Metal Cooler?
Most likely.
Oh, he could murder him. He's all made of metal. He would fucking turn him into a fucking giraffe.
He's all made of metal, but like you can't stop him from using his energy though.
Yeah, his eye beams. That he was just shooting out glitter.
You can't stop that shit.
Our opinions. My opinion, Cooler. He's just cooler. He's just fucking cooler.
Meta Cooler or Mecha Cooler?
Metal. It's not mecha. There is no mecha about this. He is metal.
Yeah, Mecha Frieza, but Metal Cooler.
All right, whatever. Metal Cooler, to me, still better than Mecha Frieza. Like, Cooler just made Frieza look like a bum.
Yeah. After that whole saga of Frieza and his chaos,
I'd rather have Cooler in that.
You get Cooler for 15 minutes. He's like, way better.
Honestly, because like both his movies were like 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. So it was pretty much you would see them get to the planet, and then like 30 minutes would be mostly just the fighting. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of plot in those movies. It was just like, hey, you killed my brother and my father. And then the second movie was like, hey, you almost killed me, so I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, he was really like that. Yeah. Cooler was the best.
Cooler was cooler.
Like Cooler was the only thing that disappointed me about that movie was we didn't get Shredder Cooler.
Yeah, I was thinking about that Shredder.
I would have enjoyed Metal Shredder. That'd have been cool.
A Metal Shredder.
Alrighty. Moving on.
Maybe the Getty Star couldn't handle it.
How many times he got to say moving on?
Steve been interrupting me the whole
fucking
episode.
minute he says moving on, you go.
I was just trying to say that maybe the Getty Star couldn't handle Metal Cooler's power.
Nah, I think it was able to handle mostly 2 Super Saiyans.
Moving on. Super Android 13, the Red Ribbon Regneck. He was really cool. I think out of every single Dragon Ball movie, mind you, you have some jokes you know, some jokes that might go over some people's heads and everything. But like, this is the most racist movie in the whole lineup.
This one's pretty rough.
This one's pretty rough.
like you like in the sub, it's still like that bad. Like it's still like that bad because
this isn't even one of those like really good movies. Like it's the villain's okay, but the shit he says is way better than the shit he does.
I enjoyed this villain, the whole gang, especially when that fool was like, "Why call out the chief when you can barely handle the Indians?" And I mean, they was whooping them boys' ass. Yeah, they was. Goku and Trunks and Gohan and Piccolo and Vegeta.
Why was Vegeta underneath a whole glacier? Was he just waiting? He was just waiting.
Who has cooler entrances than Vegeta?
Cooler?
Piccolo.
Yeah,
Piccolo, the only one who has, not even. How many times you seen Vegeta show up on some cool shit? Just on some like, I'm here. You knew I was here. Stop playing.
There's actually really
I've been asleep for 10,000. Oh, it's you.
There's a really good entrance in a later movie we'll talk about.
All right. But yeah, Super Android 13, he was kind of a prototype for Cell, which was really cool to see. Like another one of those instances of the movie telling on itself. With him absorbing 14 and 15. Mind you, he was cool when he was 13, but soon realized he was far outclassed by everybody in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He did roast the fuck out of Trunks. That's about all he did in that. That's about all he did, the $30 haircut.
He was talking shit about everybody.
He was talking shit about yeah.
Dang it, boy, shoot!
And
right.
Then when he turned,
I was programmed to kill your ass, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
He meant that shit.
Then when he turned to Super Android 13, it completely made Goku never have kids again.
That was the funniest part of the whole movie. Like slowing that shit down, he like transforms. Goku slides up to him, tries to hit him, and he just grabs one leg and punches him straight in the nuts.
Yeah, he does.
You get to see him break an all.
Like that shit looked like he killed Goku. And then when he
killed Goten. Goten felt that hit.
And then when he hit
why was that out here?
When he hit Vegeta with that fucking backbreaker? Bro,
oh, right.
It almost like turned him into a fucking lawn chair.
Bro, the tips of Vegeta's toes was touching the tips of Vegeta's hair.
And Piccolo. Piccolo caught it too.
He whoop! Oh my god!
Everyone ran up
when he
tried something.
When Piccolo thought he was going to do a German suplex on it.
About Trunks.
When he thought Trunks got fucking
Trunks was
smashed.
sitting there like, I'm going to be the future hope of this world, and then got beat up.
Question is, how many times does Trunks' sword break? Like, how many fucking different times can that thing break? But Super 13, the big white redneck feller or the big blue feller, either way, big fan, and bigger fan of how Goku finished him with the Super Saiyan absorbed spirit bomb. I mean, what the fuck was that about? Like Goku was enraged that time, and just like it's like he punched the guy, but it looked like he was punching air because of how his fists and shit were burning the guy up.
Well, wouldn't you be enraged if someone punched you so hard in your nuts you felt like you broke them?
I don't think I'd fight that guy again.
You wouldn't?
The way he hit Goku in the nut, no, I wouldn't want. And then when he did, like you said, when he did the Trunks, break your sword, punch you in the stomach, and then blast your ass away. Fuck you, Piccolo, and let me stretch Vegeta out real quick. Nah, bro. I'm like, nah, all he did was hit me in the nuts. I'm good.
I got off easy. All right. So, final opinions of Super Android 13.
Great story, great villain. Like, I think that was one of like the movies where it was like, hell yeah, that whole fucking movie was the shit. Like, it was a precursor to all the androids and the Android saga, but 13 made it.
It was more of a precursor to Cell because like Trunks is in the movie, because the androids are here. But it was also really cool to see like Trunks, Roshi, and Krillin be perverts showing up to the little bikini contest a day early. Ain't nobody outside.
It was the morning. It was the morning of.
It was the morning of, but it was still early.
Oh yeah, it's like 5 hours, 6 hours early.
No, they were like a day early. Like they weren't there on the right day.
First in line.
And then you get to see Goku and Chi-Chi fucking shopping and see what that looks like for real, even though they ain't got no money. And then Goku just teleporting out. I mean, doing all kind of cool shit. There was a lot of small moments that I thought were pretty big for the show itself. Matt?
I enjoyed it a lot. It was not the best movie in the series, but definitely a memorable villain. You know, he was one of the ones that was putting whoopings on the whole crew and then died to bullshit.
What bullshit did I do?
Like, not necessarily bullshit, but one of those things like, why did you do that in the first place, Goku? Like, he had powered up. But even before he had powered up, they had his ass on the ropes and then let him power up. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, it's one of those, I could have ended this early. Like,
you know the rules.
I know.
If somebody's transforming,
they gotta let him transform.
You gotta let him do it.
Why did you do that to the Power Ranger? Or it wasn't the Power... it was
the Ranger of Love or some shit.
Sailor Moon.
Anyway.
All right.
Moving on.
Let's do this to the non-canon movie that never happened.
It's probably a good thing this movie never happened. A great PTSD man would have more PTSD about this guy than the Ginyu Force.
Well, we wouldn't have been getting fucking Great Saiyaman. Sorry.
Fuck the Great Saiyaman. That is the wackest shit I have ever seen.
We would not have gotten that if this would have been canon.
The Great Saiyaman is the greatest.
Gohan would have never fought again.
How do you like the Great Saiyaman, but you don't like Hercule?
Because
fuck off.
You know that the Great Saiyaman can back up what he's saying. Hercule Satan will say, this is parlor tricks, fucking smoking mirrors and shit. He can rip a phone book apart. He can punch a wall through he can punch a hole through a bus. But you know that I can't see Hercule Satan fighting Broly. I can't see Hercule Satan fighting Bojack. I can't see
Hercule Satan survived a backhand from
how
Cell?
much was Cell putting into that backhand?
More than what he put on Krillin's ass. Case closed. Now! Now!
Great Saiyaman would slap fucking Hercule Satan around like a bitch.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah, he would.
Unless Hercule Satan had that 45. We know the Goku boys can't handle a fucking bullet. He would
grab that bullet like jamming.
We know the Goku boys can't handle a bullet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Let's scoot this along. Next up on the list, we have the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. In my opinion, best villain on the whole fucking list. That man had Vegeta sitting there shook. All he had to do was power up, and Vegeta's like, why are you all fighting? You're gonna die. Like, why even try? Why even try? This is the man we've been talking about. Like, y'all remember when I showed up first time and kept saying, I'm a Super Saiyan, I'm a Super Saiyan. This is what I was talking about.
This is what I thought I was talking about. Holy shit. Look here. All right. Vegeta did bitch up. But up to that point, how many people had you seen? Because you said just all he did was power up. How many people had you seen power up and change it from day to night?
Back to day.
You're right. Back to night. And then punch a motherfucker back to daytime. Like, when have you ever seen that? Like, when have you ever thought about seeing some shit like that?
Broly had never seen some shit like that. He was the one doing it.
A lot of people give Vegeta slack for that shit. But, bro, I was sitting on the sideline with Vegeta. What the fuck we gonna do, bro? This is ridiculous. What are we gonna do?
Piccolo showed up somehow.
Hands. Oh, God, I don't know what to do, man. I'm so scared.
Broly's like the scariest villain until you figure out why he's there. It's like Goku cried all night.
That's what pisses me off about Broly.
Like what?
It's like,
what you mean he cried all night? He like cried for like 6 hours. So now Broly doesn't like people crying.
Y'all remember we were talking about earlier about the dub and the sub?
Mm-hmm.
So nowhere in the original context does it show that it was Goku's crying that actually pissed Broly off. They did say that Goku was upsetting Broly, but they never really showed why. Never really explained what the fuck Goku was doing. So this kind of goes a little further. When we finally see Goku in front of Broly, the first person to speak to Goku is Vegeta. And what does Vegeta always call Goku?
Kakarot.
Broly didn't know that motherfucker's name until that moment.
My man said, what? His name's Kakarot.
Because there was something about Goku that pissed him off. Like, just something about him he didn't like. I mean, there's theories floating around and shit that maybe Broly was able to see his own demise or something crazy like that in the hands of Goku. But it was something about Goku that just irritated him. It was like two motherfuckers born on the same day but opposite sides of the moon. You know?
I know what it is. Everyone kept on calling Kakarot the legendary Super Saiyan, which Broly knew.
You mean the low class Saiyan trash?
He was the legendary Super Saiyan.
Broly was born with a power level of 10,000.
Yeah, everybody knew Broly was legendary. I mean, that's why King Vegeta tried to kill him.
For some stupid reason.
Try to get him assassinated.
You say for some stupid reason. What if Lord Frieza would have found out that little motherfucker had been on the planet? They couldn't hide their power levels. Not those Saiyans. They had no idea. Lord Frieza had found that shit out. A baby out here with power level of 10,000? Mm-hmm. All right.
But he did it anyway.
He did do it anyway. But King Vegeta didn't know that shit was on the way.
True. No, Broly's a really good villain because he's very much hands-on. He's a hands-on teacher. You know, clothesline after clothesline. Standing up, preventing someone from flying into him, and then just sweeping the leg. I think the best part of the whole movie is when he kicks Piccolo like down the alleyway and clotheslines two people, keeps on running, and then just kicks him. Just keeps on running through, laughing the whole time. Steve, tell me why I'm wrong.
You're wrong because he used
my Goku. Opinion of what I think is the best part of the movie is wrong.
No, the best part was him using Goku as a trampoline.
That is also true. He did use that boy as a trampoline.
Oh, is that y'all's favorite part?
Yeah. No, it's not my favorite part. My favorite part's wrong.
My favorite part
is wrong.
My favorite part is when Broly is clotheslining Trunks and fucking Gohan and leaves Trunks hanging on the building while he finishes running through the building, whooping Gohan's ass. I love seeing Gohan get fucked up. I'm sorry. All versions of Gohan, I enjoy watching when he gets stomped. I drooled a little bit over that. That was like that. But, bro, I'm telling you, oh my God, we blast his little stupid ass out the room. I mean, just anytime he was in there beating Gohan, I like when Broly was stomping Goku like a trampoline and you could see Gohan hanging on a fucking building. Oh, it was the best. Piccolo fucked up with his cape somewhere. Vegeta stuck in a fucking boulder. Trunks, who knows? Bet his sword got broke again.
And
Sorry, ass.
And then his jacket got broke.
I forgot one more.
Wasn't the right jacket.
One more best part. When Piccolo grabbed Vegeta by the whole ass back of the head and was
"What are you doing?
Hey dog, it's time to nut up and shut up. And your ass being a pussy.
It's time to get swifty."
Oh,
and then,
or when Trunks ripped his own jacket off, that was nice. Like when they all powered up in the Super Saiyan. Like Trunks thought he was the main character.
Nope.
He put his arms out.
Broly was the main character of this movie.
He thought he was the main character.
Broly treated this movie like Avengers Infinity War. He was Thanos in that movie. This was his movie.
I'll do it myself.
Damn right. And then Goku won for the power of fakeness.
This was the first movie that had 3 Super Saiyans. Well, not including Broly, but there was 3 Super Saiyans on the Z Fighters that showed up.
Just 3? Because the first movie that had 3 Super Saiyans was the Super 13. This one had...
My bad. Yeah, I was thinking Super 13.
Yeah, Gohan was Super Saiyan at this time.
Yeah, we had Teen Gohan at this point.
Okay. So, opinions on Legendary Super Saiyan Broly?
Monster.
Yep, you're right.
Overhyped.
Moving on. Now, we are up to the pirate himself. It's been a long time since I snatched someone's neck. We're talking about Bojack.
Yes, sir.
Bojack Unbound.
Yes, sir. I don't know how many Dragon Ball Z villains got a do-rag on when they show up, but you know he had black Air Forces on at the bottom. Stop playing. This dude right here, Bojack, he had his homies with the stringy fingers. They didn't even matter because Bojack was here to whoop ass. Well, he had the homeboy with the sword, and the homeboy with the sword thought he was going to handle Trunks. Got mopped up, but that was just a bad representation of what Bojack was about.
Every time Bojack would whip ass, they wouldn't do the stringy shit. That motherfucker said, "Get out my way. I'm gonna whip some ass." That's it.
Plain
and simple.
Step to the side. I got this. BoJack was a monster, bro. Like, and I like how they were able to tie BoJack's existence into the main show, though, because of King Kai's planet being destroyed, it broke the seal that was holding I like how King Kai got all kind of motherfuckers sealed up around the universe and ain't
Don't tell nobody.
Right?
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. Like how you gonna be like, oh, Goku's really strong? Like, all right, when he used to call Frieza the strongest in the universe, tell me he forgot about BoJack?
He didn't want to mention BoJack.
He forgot about BoJack? He forgot all about BoJack.
Well, no. Think about it this way. If he told Goku about BoJack, wouldn't Goku want to hunt BoJack down and fight him?
Well, he'd have had to fight Frieza first.
Wouldn't Goku want to go hunt BoJack down? King Kai was like, I'm going to prevent that. I'm going to prevent that fight ahead of time.
Goku from Super would have been like that. Goku from Z wouldn't have been like that.
Yeah, Super's different.
It was really cool to see Gohan get his own movie, because he was kind of taken over as the protagonist of Dragon Ball Z at this point. That was the idea around that time. I don't really like Gohan in the orange gi as much as I like him in the purple gi, personally.
I think the only reason they had him in the orange gi was because Goku wasn't there, but he did show up at the very end, which made him, he isn't the greatest father, but when his son needed him.
Oh yeah, BoJack was sitting there like, what the fuck was that?
Goku said, you know what? I got a little more fakeness left in my pocket. let me instant
come in
transmission.
with a sucker punch.
He did hit him hard though. He fucking like made BoJack like, whoa, what the fuck
he hit
was
him so
that?
hard, BoJack was like, shit, was that Goku? God damn. Maybe
So
I'm fucking with the wrong people.
So that's what made me think like, how strong is BoJack compared to like Goku? Because like, do you think Goku could have fucking
Goku would have beat
finished
his
him?
ass.
Because
so in Z and Dragon Ball and shit like that, like being blindsided counts. You know what I mean?
okay,
Like catching the blind side, that like, again, them Goku boys can't deal with bullets real good.
All right. Opinions on BoJack?
awesome.
Cool. Crush?
Black Air Force incarnate.
Black Air Force incarnate. Fair enough.
He should be a Black Air Force energy
Dragon Ball
table.
Moving along, we have the legendary Super Saiyan Broly again coming back for his second coming.
What?
Just like
This
Metal Cooler.
This one's kind of a quicker one, with Gohan still being the quote unquote protagonist of the show. It was really cool to see that Broly wasn't really dead after Goku had hit him with the one punch and then split him down the middle. He like somehow made it all the way to Earth. Like that's how hard Goku had hit him, was he got punched all the way into Earth.
No, that's not how it went down. That damn meteorite exploded that planet and fired his ass
all the way to Earth. What? Yeah, what luck, right? And then got frozen for 7 years. And then who would wake him up except for Goten's crying? Because Broly's sitting there just like, again.
This motherfucker.
I'm trying to sleep.
Which, I mean, in this case, yeah, 100%. The crying is what did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think these two movies were also made by two separate folks. Not two separate folks, but separate writers, and animators and whatnot. As far as that, like, the Second Coming movie is fun and all. And you also get a better Gohan. You get the Gohan I would have preferred to have had in our show. You know, and not fucking high school punk ass Gohan with
Saiyaman
with the white do-rag on and the white Air Forces.
Yeah, Broly's basically the same dude in this movie. And then you get the family Kamehameha.
I'm sorry to say this, but it's not the same Broly when you get pissed on.
Yeah, Trunks did piss on. Trunks did way more to Broly in this movie than his father did in the last one.
Trunks,
and Vegeta didn't even show up in this one.
Look here. Broly died because of Trunks. This was Trunks' fault.
Mm-hmm.
This was future Trunks telling past Trunks, hey, bro, he fucked me up, cuz you gotta finish him. You gotta finish. Because, like, that family Kamehameha, though it looked good, it looked like it might have done something. They was about to lose if it wasn't for Trunks.
Yeah, he threw that little
choke on it and interrupted Broly's shit.
Yeah.
He lost all focus on his shit because of that. And
then got thrown in the sun.
Yeah,
and that's when he actually
And that's
died.
the last time we ever see Broly.
Until
The absolute last time that we ever see Z Broly.
There we go.
Never seen him again.
Never.
Never once was he mentioned ever again.
Hashtag, that's my Broly.
Hashtag, that was my Broly.
Last thoughts?
Broly's dope. I miss him. I don't like Super Broly. Moving on.
I didn't like Second Coming that much. It's kind of a boring movie.
It made me feel like they kind of put him as like he kind of felt like the babysitter. After a while, he was just playing with Trunks and Goten.
Yeah. I mean, he beat the shit out of Gohan.
And then Gohan showed up and he was like, all right, time to get serious.
But then Gohan finally turned Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's like, I remember watching Gohan get his ass whooped and then was like, all right, this must be Ultimate Gohan. And it was like, oh shit.
No,
it's not. This is just Gohan. Holy shit. And he kind of went off on Broly at that.
Moving along. Now we have the one, the only, Janemba. This is Janemba from the Fusion Reborn movie. Another one of those movies that tell on themselves.
Rebirth of Fusion is a great movie. I love that shit. I love that fucking movie.
That's a really good movie in general.
That movie's really fun. This is another one of those ones where the sub and dub are a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So you recall when Janemba turned everything into a jelly bean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Pycon was kind of cooking the jelly bean to get it to break. And the sub, Pycon's cussing it out.
Yeah, he is.
You son of a bitch. Fuck you. You fucking, all that just to get it to break. And that's how it works there. The power of negativity fucks that up versus just cooking it.
Steve, I know you got something to say. You're sitting here. You ready? You've been interrupting me the whole episode. Yep, here it goes again.
All right. Janemba is a great villain, but this movie is great because of my favorite fusion, Gogeta, with the slick jacket.
That's a nice vest.
Vegeto's better.
Vest.
Vegito
whatever.
don't throw fucking stardust at people.
Fuck you. I'd rather take the fucking vest than the fucking leotard. And that motherfucker right there.
I'm taking the earrings, man, and the sword. Fuck you.
Hey, he was whipping ass. As soon as they fused, he whipped fucking Janemba's ass.
He didn't make any time. Well, he's only got 30 minutes, and that's like, 2 days in Dragon Ball time.
Well, Veku only lasted like 2 minutes, and that's 30 minutes in Dragon Ball time, so.
Well, I think he just got punched apart.
Veku got his ass beat. He got his ass beat.
Because Vegeta
fucked the transformation up.
I mean, speaking of ass whoopings, I mean, you want to talk about motherfucking Gogeta out here clapping ass. Let's talk about the man of the hour. Motherfucking Janemba
was waylaying people.
Motherfucking Janemba. When Janemba was in his shit form, he forced Goku to go Super Saiyan 3. Now, Super Saiyan 3 Goku did motherfucking punch the hell out of Janemba. I mean, good God, he punched him inside out.
And then forced him to turn into Super Janemba.
And boy, he shouldn't have done that. Hot fuck, he should never have done that. Because as soon as Janemba realized that he was skinny, that motherfucker went stupid. Janemba only said one word the whole movie. Janemba. And Super Janemba never said nothing.
He didn't need to.
He didn't say a word. He didn't say, come on. He wasn't intimidating. He was super intimidating. But he didn't talk no shit. He was just like, let's get it. And motherfucking up to that point, we hadn't seen Super Saiyan 3 Goku get trashed yet. We had seen him not be able to win the fight, but we ain't seen him get trashed. That motherfucker he landed no hits on Super Janemba. None at all. Motherfucker got put in a big jelly bean of blood and was just about to die if it wasn't for Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, who in fact did get at least 3 hits on Janemba.
And then ran the rest of the time.
Ain't no run. What you mean? He got his ass choked into a jelly bean field.
And then
ain't no run.
And then fused and then threw fucking stardust at this motherfucker.
All I'm gonna say is, I believe this is my favorite movie, and one of the saddest parts is the ending.
When Vegeta goes by.
That's the only time I like. If anybody knows the meme of the crying guy in the computer chair, that's the only time I ever felt that way for Vegeta. I was like, damn, because when we first watched it, Kadawfi, that was when Vegeta just killed himself because of Boo, and you were like, oh shit, is he actually gonna be dead? Because that was like a moment I was like, damn, son.
That was when we had Steve thinking that was the end of the series.
Yep.
Remember that shit?
Him up over that shit.
It's like, what?
I felt
Vegeta just won? Yeah. And now it's just one shots and bullshit the rest of the time. It's a bunch of filler.
Bunch of filler from here.
What do you mean? There's like 60 more episodes left.
All filler.
I don't care. I just to me it was like, because I never liked Vegeta like that. I still kind of don't like
but
Vegeta
to
like
see
that.
him pull that good guy sacrifice, you were like, you get one cool point, Vegeta.
You
Cool
right.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what though, in that movie, the Janemba movie, Rebirth of Fusion, honestly the best scene besides Vegeta getting busy and Janemba going stupid on fucking Kakarot is when the Great Saiyan Man punched Frieza one time and exploded his ass.
That's true.
I ain't gonna lie, that was ridiculous. I was like he made Cell and Bojack and everybody haul ass. They was like, oh shit, he just killed.
Take my ass back to hell.
Hell.
Oh, and then
final.
Goten and Trunks fighting Hitler.
That was fun. That was super fun.
They had to make it real cartoony for it though.
Romeo and Juliet showing back up. He young, she old.
So, final opinions on Janemba?
Greatest movie I've ever watched with Dragon Ball.
Best villain, I think, of all time for me personally, of everything.
All right. It's been a long journey, but we finally reached the end of it.
Love this one.
We are down to one more. We are not talking about Battle of Gods or Resurrection of or, who. We are, oh God.
Or Hachiyak.
Maybe another day. But our final villain is from The Wrath of the Dragon. We are talking about Harudagarn.
Mm-hmm.
He was aight.
He was big cricket turtle man.
He was aight. He was aight.
He was an aight villain, you're right. Just an aight villain. But as far as the Wrath of the Dragon movie,
oh, story-wise?
Fucking awesome movie. Awesome movie. You get all your references to Legend of Zelda. You get your reference to Trunks and his sword that he gets later, but there's no way that's the sword.
There's
just no way.
I'm watching the credits and I'm like, that's no way.
But they try to tell you like, yeah, it's that sword. Like, so you try to
not that sword.
Which I mean, it could be. Who's to say that Harudagarn and his shit didn't show up during the timeline of Trunks when he was a child?
But it was Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so that there's no way that happened.
What do you mean?
Because Goku never went Super Saiyan 3 in the future.
He didn't have
Trunks.
a chance to, but Trunks still had to grow up.
All right. I still believe,
Trunks still had to grow up. Like, he didn't just go, oh, Goku didn't go Super Saiyan? I'm going to stay 5.
He did. He was like, I'm staying 5 the rest of my life. But yeah, Harudagarn, as a main villain, nah.
Nah, yeah, he was a garbage villain.
He felt like more like a Dr. Wheelo.
But like the reason for the movie being Harudagarn,
yeah,
he gave us a good ass movie.
Yeah.
Like I there was some emotion involved in that and some fun and some charm. It wasn't even really that action packed, and then we did get to see the nastiest thing Goku's ever done. That fucking dragon punch.
Fist?
Holy shit! Took over the city with a golden dragon? Why doesn't he have that? Where's that move at?
It's a movie move.
Yes, it is.
He doesn't need that move in the show. He'd have beat Beerus.
Shit.
So why did the guy that was supposed to be like
Tapion?
Yeah. Why do you have to look like 16 and Trunks had a baby? Princess Trunks and 16 had a baby. Because if you look him in the face, he looks like Trunks, but the hair is 16.
Because he's got an orange mohawk?
No, it's just 16.
Because it's an orange mohawk?
Nope.
No.
16 had red hair.
Okay, so is it because it's a mohawk?
Yes.
Okay, so Oob must be related to 16 also.
Yep.
Because only one man in Dragon Ball at a time can have a mohawk. Oh, yep. So that must mean Supreme Kai must be the father of all them dudes. Fair enough. Guys, we just figured out Dragon Ball.
We just figured out the whole thing.
We just figured it all out.
Final opinions.
Great movie. Shit villain for the most part.
Shit villain.
But it was a still a good movie, like a really good movie.
Steve?
Same thing like Kadawfi said. I don't have anything to else add to, except that Super Dragon Fist was awesome. And this was the last time Super Saiyan 3 was at all relevant.
Yeah. That shit had like...
Rest in peace, Super Saiyan 3.
I mean, it was actually the only time Super Saiyan 3 was relevant.
Well, not when he was treating Majin Buu like a fucking... boom, 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 boom.
What happened?
He had run out of time. He run out of time.
Yeah, but when,
if Goku wasn't dead, but we're not talking about...
was alive,
we're not talking about the show. We're talking about the movie.
If Goku was alive, he wouldn't be able to hold that transformation.
This has been...
Hold on. Is it Wrath of the Dragon after
the last movie?
It's after Majin Buu.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's right, yeah. Before Tarble.
So, this has been the Fighting Couch Potatoes podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Leave us a comment down below. Maybe we'll get read on the show. You never know. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at the Fighting Couch Potatoes podcast. We should be, at this time, on Spotify. Give us a follow at Spotify. Give us a download. It helps out the show. Rate us 5 stars. All the good podcasts ask for it, so why not us? So yeah. Everyone have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.